Hello, welcome to the Fanfic Majesty. 1DBOPM. Chapter 1 Travel through the world of Dragon Ball. Ask for flower collection. Next chapter. Advertisement. In the hot summer, the venue is full of people. A bald head reflected the sunlight, like a glowing light bulb, hurting people's eyes. He was wearing strange clothes, and he had been standing here for a long time in a daze, attracting pointing from the people around him. Look, Mom. The bald-headed tights are perverted. Hurry up. Don't talk to him. What if you encounter a neuropathy? Really depressed. Chi-Yu didn't know what happened. When he opened his eyes from sleep, he was born in this strange place. Alien abduction. Unexplained hallucinations. But the temperature of the sun and the solidity of stepping on the ground all tell me that this is not a dream. The smooth metal pillars reflected his new image. Now he was wearing a poop yellow tights, red leather gloves, and a cheap white cape that was as thick as a bed sheet fluttering hard behind his back. Congratulations to the host for becoming One Punch Man and gaining Saitama's various abilities. From today onwards, your goal is to eliminate all enemies in front of you with one punch. FK, am I a One Punch Man? Looking at his own image again, Chi-Yu's breathing gradually became faster. Of course he knows who One Punch Man is. He is an absolutely powerful hero in the comics. No matter what kind of enemy he is, he can't stop his casual punch. If I really become One Punch Man Chi-Yu. Advertisement. He took a deep breath and wanted to yell loudly, but a slap fell from the sky and hit him hard on the forehead. Chi-Yu was furious, turned around and said to the attacker, "Who is it? Who dared to hit me on the head? I'm a One Punch Man. Hey Clint, I finally found you. You're not Clint." The person who came was a young man with disheveled hair like a chicken coop. He was wearing a martial arts uniform and his body was full of muscular muscles. There is also a gold halo on the top of the head. If it is paired with a pair of wings, it will be a real angel. But he is definitely not Angel, because Chi-Yu also knows this person. FK, are you Son Goku? How do you know my name is Son Goku? I come from the underworld. Have you ever seen a bald head like you? He is shorter than you. Chi-Yu was a little dazed. Kling, Son Goku, is this the world of Dragon Ball? I traveled to Dragon Ball and became One Punch Man. Chi-Yu looked up and saw a red banner hanging at the entrance of the venue, with 7 large characters written on it. The world's number 1 martial arts association. Goku, finally found you. Ha ha ha. Goku, welcome back from the underworld. Just hearing a loud call, the real Krillin and Son Goten rushed over and threw themselves into Goku's arms. Advertisement. In addition to them, there was a large group of people behind. Basically all the protagonists of Dragon Ball were there. Many people wept with joy when they saw Goku come back from the dead, especially Chi-Chi who raised Son Gohan and Son Goten independently. Chi-Yu, who has read the comics, is familiar with this scene, and immediately determined that the current time should be after defeating Cell. At this time, Son Goku had already died in the battle, and he came back to participate in the world's number 1 martial arts meeting, followed by the battle against Majin Buu. FK, I didn't come at the right time. I came to the end of the Dragon Ball manga right from the beginning. How can I happily pretend like this? Chi-Yu was a little depressed. On the other side, Keelan suddenly said, Goku, what is shining behind you? Goku moved away, showing the bald head behind him, and said, oh. This is the person I just met, and I thought he was you, Krillin. Keelan stretched out his hand and said, hello, my name is Keelan, we are both bald, so we are really destined. Chi-Yu also reached out and shook his hand, my name is Chi-Yu. HMPH. Vegeta gave Chi-Yu a contemptuous look, then turned his head away. In the eyes of proud Prince Saiyan, Son Goku is his only goal, and nothing else is worth mentioning. Suddenly, deafening music came from the stage. A middle-aged man with an afro head slowly stepped onto the stage. He pointed to the sky with one hand and said, Satan fans all over the world, you have been waiting for a long time. Who can become the champion of the world's number 1 martial arts club? Come and challenge me. What? Now I announce that the number 1 martial arts association in the world will officially begin. Satan. Advertisement. Satan. There were overwhelming cheers from the audience. Satan signaled to the host next to him, and the 2 staff moved a strength tester onto the stage. In this world, the number 1 martial arts association in the world has a huge influence, so there are many participants. In order to quickly select players for the official competition, the organizers adopted a machine test. Satan took the microphone and shouted, tap this tester, and the 16 contestants with the highest scores will enter the official competition. Next, I will give a demonstration for everyone. After speaking, the false hero rolled up his sleeves, and then made an exaggerated preparatory action. I hit. Satan's fist landed on the boxing tester and scored a high score of 137, which drew another burst of cheers from the audience. Immediately afterwards, he laughed again. Did you see it? This is Lord Satan's strength. Next, I will invite a contestant to demonstrate it again, so that everyone can understand it better. Just. This bald contestant. Quote. Chi Yu's bald head is so conspicuous, people can't help but pay attention to his head. Let's invite this lucky contestant. He will have the chance to stand on the same stage as Lord Satan. Satan. Master Satan, I love you. P.S. There is a new book, please collect flowers. Advertisement. Chapter 2 I'm Too Strong. Ask for flower collection. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. I wipe. Before Chi Yu could tell everyone that he was not a contestant, he was pushed onto the stage by the enthusiastic audience and came to the tester. Satan held the microphone and said, Come on, young man, show your strength to the audience. When things came to an end, Chi Yu couldn't refuse. But to be honest, he himself really wanted to know how strong the so-called One-Punch Man was. So under everyone's attention, he slowly raised his fist and slammed it on the tester with the lightest force. Immediately afterwards, something terrible happened. The measuring device let out a loud noise, and then completely shattered. The scattered parts are like bullets, directly punching transparent holes of different sizes in the background of the stage. The scene quieted down. The audience and host were stunned together. Satan was already slumped on the ground, grinning dryly. Even Son Goku and the others were shocked by this blow, with dignified expressions appearing on their faces. Piccolo frowned and said, unexpectedly, this guy has such power, but I don't feel any anger in him. Goku said, maybe there are strong people in this world who don't use chi. I really want to fight against him once. Advertisement. Vegeta snorted again. Every one of us can do this test toy, it's nothing special. And how can a person who can't use chi be a strong person? You are still ready to accept my challenge, right? I have not been idle during the years you have been in the underworld. After all, Vegeta walked onto the stage alone, ready to start the test. Because of blowing up the strength tester, Chi Yu somehow became an official contestant of the world's #1 Budokai and stepped onto the ring. And his opponent is the strongest earthling, Klin. Now, the diminutive bald man is warming up on the other side of the ring. In fact, Keelan basically agrees with what Vegeta said. In this world, the truly strong can use chi. The stronger the chi, the stronger the person will naturally be. Chi Yu basically doesn't feel any chi, just like the common people. Maybe Chi Yu is considered a strong player among the common people, but when he encounters a master like himself, he basically has no chance of winning. After all, I am also the one who fought with Son Goku and saved the Earth many times. As long as you don't meet Piccolo or those Saiyans in this game, you basically have no opponents. At this time, the gong and drum announcing the start of the game sounded. Mr. Chi Yu, I have to say sorry to you. My wife wants me to get the bonus to travel around the world. So I can only say goodbye to you soon. Finished. The audience only saw Keelan's figure disappearing from the spot in an instant and appearing directly in front of Chi Yu. Advertisement. Immediately afterwards, there was a loud noise from the arena. Centered on Chi Yu and Keelan, a gust of air rippled in a ring. At some point, Keelan's fist had already hit Chi Yu's abdomen. But the latter stood there motionless, as if feeling nothing. A bead of sweat fell from Keelan's cheek, and he couldn't help swallowing. Although it only took 3 points of strength, what happened to this guy's reaction? Without defense or dodge, could he completely ignore his fist? No, apart from Goku and them, how could there be such an existence on Earth? And he doesn't even have breath on him. Keelan, are you tickling me? Chi Yu said with some embarrassment. Klin's blow with all his strength just now made him feel nothing at all. His fist was soft, and he didn't react at all when he hit him. If he hadn't known that Keelan was a strong martial artist, Chi Yu would almost have thought he was letting water out. As this One-Punch Man's. It's too powerful. Chi Yu clenched his fists, his self-confidence bursting. Impossible. Keelan yelled, and instantly aroused all his strength, and crazily hit Chi Yu's abdomen. Advertisement. The entire arena vibrated, gravel flew around, and smoke was misty. I don't know how long it took before Keelan dodges and quickly distanced himself from Chi Yu. Kling's fierce offensive won the audience cheers, but he was not happy. The round of attack just now had consumed a lot of his physical strength, and Klin was already out of breath and sweating profusely. But behind the smoke, Chi Yu was still standing, motionless. It's a bit embarrassing. The attack is completely useless to me, I seem to be too strong. Chi Yu said helplessly. It looks like he is really too strong. Under the stands, Goku and others have gradually become restless, and everyone can see that Keelan has tried his best. Krillin is the weakest of the bunch, but even Son Goku can't ignore Krillin's punches without entering Super Saiyan. But the bald man on the field didn't seem to take Keelan's attack seriously at all. Number 18 yelled, "Klin, be careful. This guy is not from common." Keelan glanced at the direction of number 18, then wiped off the sweat on his face, and said to Chi Yu, "You are very strong." "Well, I'm really strong." Chi Yu replied flatly, without any modesty. Keelan became a little annoyed. "HMPH, I'm really an egomaniac, don't underestimate me, big bald head." Advertisement. Chapter 3 Supreme Kai and Jabber seeking flowers for collection. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. "You don't seem to be the same." Chi Yu twitched his nose and curled his lips. "Asshole, that was before, now I'm not bald. I have hair." Keelan was really angry. Chi Yu shrugged. "All right then, you earthling without nostrils." "Bah gah." Keelan went berserk. He folded his hands angrily and said, "Smelly bald, I am stronger than you, are you ready? The next one will be my strongest blow." Chi Yu yawned boredly, and waved to Keelan. "Come on, I'm sleepy." Asshole. Clint had never been so angry. This bald head is really disgusting. So he made his most powerful blow without hesitation. Turtle. Hi, Chi. A ball of dazzling light appeared on Clint's hand, and it expanded rapidly. The light made the audience close their eyes. Gong. A huge beam of light burst out from Keelan's hand, and rushed directly towards Chi Yu. Rumble. The powerful Kamehameha bombarded Chi Yu, immediately blasting the arena into a huge pit. Advertisement. This astonishing destructive power stunned everyone. This was the result of Klin's efforts to control the destructive power, otherwise, his blow would have destroyed the entire arena in an instant. HMPH, I won. After Klin made this blow, he stood up confidently, his eyes fixed on Chi Yu's position. If nothing else happened, this kid should be lying on the ground and unable to get up now. Klein thought so. Others thought so too. Kling even used Kamehameha, which is no problem at all against ordinary earth martial artists. But, when the smoke and dust cleared, an extremely shocking scene appeared. Chi Yu, that bald head, actually stood there motionless. There is no injury on his body. It's just that there is a little more dust on the face and the clothes are stained. How is this possible? Cold sweat dripped down Keelan's forehead in an instant. This guy, Vegeta, who had folded his hands and looked cold, was also a little surprised. What is his identity? It's not easy to me. A drop of sweat appeared on Piccolo's forehead, and he was also a little shocked. Advertisement. Wow, he looks so good, even Keelan is not his opponent, so I look forward to fighting him. Son Goku became excited when he saw how powerful Chi Yu was. In the arena, it's my turn, are you ready? Chi Yu said with a smile as he looked at Keelan with an unbelievable expression on his face. Then, Chi Yu finally moved. He took 2 steps forward, and then punched Keelan casually. Compared to Kamehameha's power, Chi Yu's punch was nothing special. However, this punch was unstoppable, and it hit Klin's chest accurately, and the dull voice sounded again. Keelan flew out of the venue like a cannonball, smashing through several walls of the venue before stopping. It's over. Just one punch and it's over. After a long time, the host came back to his senses. I announce. The winner is Chi Yu. The audience burst into cheers again, but Goku and others walked into the ruins and helped Klin, who was bruised, to his feet. Keelan struggled to get up from the ground, and while rubbing his chest, he looked at Chi Yu on the stage. He's so strong. I've never seen such a powerful human being, and my attack methods are totally ineffective against him. Everyone's faces became serious, and they felt it without Klin saying it. Piccolo also nodded and said, I was very surprised at the beginning. No matter what kind of fighter, there should be more or less anger in his body. But this guy can't feel anything on his body, but he can blow him up with one punch. Measuring instruments, it doesn't make sense at all. Number 18 also said. So, this human named Chi Yu is really strong. But I can't figure it out, how can the common human be stronger than the Piccolo Forest? Advertisement. Keelan said. And I can feel that he hasn't tried his best yet. No one can beat the noble Saiyan. Vegeta was still unconvinced. Even if he beats Keelan, he is definitely not my opponent. No one would doubt Vegeta's words. Krillin is very strong, but compared to Vegeta, he is already a completely different dimension. Not to mention that there is Son Goku among them who is stronger than Vegeta. No matter what happens, the champion can only be born among them. Chi Yu can beat Keelan, but it doesn't mean he is stronger than Saiyan. Even Trunks and Son Goten, who are still underage, cannot be defeated by an Earthling. The other side. In addition to Goku et al. 2 other people are also paying attention to Chi Yu. They are Supreme Kai and his minion Jebet. Supreme Kai came to Earth to prevent Babidi from resurrecting Majin Buu. Reviving Mu must have a huge amount of ki, and Supreme Kai must find the person with a strong ki before Babidi and control it. 50 million years ago, Majin Buu destroyed thousands of galaxies. If this guy is really revived, then everything may be irreversible. Chi Yu got off the ring and walked in front of Supreme Kai. Jabiter said, "Is it this person? Master Supreme Kai." Supreme Kai stared at Chi Yu for a long time before saying, "Absolutely not. No matter how you look at it, this guy is just a common lower worlder." Jebit. Who the hell is that? Advertisement. Chapter 4 Learn how to use Chi for flower collection. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. It's them. Supreme Kai fixed his eyes on the two muscular men, and a symbol like M appeared on their heads, which was the symbol that Babidi had enchanted to appear. After being controlled, the expressions of the two strong men were extremely fierce, like two wild beasts that had gone mad. Supreme Kai said, "Although we didn't find the person with strong chi, Babidi's emissary confirmed that these two are right. As long as they have gained enough chi and are following them, they will know that Babidi has where is Majin Buu hiding." Just when Supreme Kai was worried, Goku was very excited and used flying technique all the way to fly in front of Chi Yu, who had just won. Everyone wanted to stop him, but it was too late. With Goku's character, it is impossible to let go of a new opponent when he finds it. Goku raised his hand and greeted Chi Yu. "Hi. Is your name Chi Yu? Why are you so strong even though you have no chi in your body?" Chi Yu still has some understanding of Dragon Ball's worldview. The strong in this world rely on a special energy called chi to fight. If you can learn chi, you can fly in the air, and even instant transmission to another place. Advertisement. One Punch Man is extremely powerful, but he can't fly. It would be great if he could learn how to use ki from Son Goku. So Chi Yu asked Goku, "I don't know how to use chi, can you teach me?" Goku said, "Of course." Chi Yu didn't expect Goku to agree so simply, so he asked, "I'm your opponent, why do you still want to teach me?" Goku rubbed his head and said, "Of course I hope you become stronger, it's interesting to fight." Almost forgot, Son Goku is a pure martial idiot, otherwise he wouldn't have done such a stupid thing as asking Zeno to stop the tournament of power. Immediately afterwards, Goku began to explain to Chi Yu the method of awakening chi. Every world has its own unique power system, and in the world of Dragon Ball, chi is the source of all power. It is a kind of energy born in the body, and it must have a strong enough body to truly master it. When Son Goku and others were young, Master Roshi made them carry heavy turtle shells to exercise their bodies. The stronger the physical body, the stronger one's own chi will become. The question of who is stronger, One Punch Man or Son Goku, has been debated endlessly on the internet in previous lives. But leaving aside the combat power and talking about pure physical strength, then Chi Yu is definitely the most exaggerated one in all anime. Thinking of this, Chi Yu became inexplicably excited. Advertisement. Once One Punch Man awakens chi, how powerful will it be? According to Professor Goku's method, Chi Yu quickly felt the thing called chi and awakened it in his body. Suddenly, a surging force began to emerge, turning into a vast universe, an endless river of energy. This force is getting bigger and bigger, and it seems to be expanding without end. Strong. Too strong. Chi Yu feels that the current self can easily blow up the earth under his feet. This energy grows endlessly, even what will happen to Chi Yu in the end. He tried his best to stop everything, but his chi continued to expand like a wild horse running wild. Stop. Stop. After exhausting all her strength, Chi Yu barely cut off her connection with chi and fell from the sky. At this time, he was already sweating profusely and trembling all over. "Just now you seem to have a terrifyingly powerful aura." After finishing speaking, Son Goku shook his head again, and immediately denied his statement. "It must be that I felt wrong, how could there be such a god-like aura in this world? Generally huge chi." Chi Yu laughed dryly. "Ha ha ha. Yes, it should be that you feel wrong." Son Goku said, "You have learned flying technique now, but Ki Blast can only be used after your chi is strong enough. I'm leaving. See you in the finals." See you in the final. Advertisement. After Son Goku left, Chi Yu breathed a sigh of relief, but fortunately, this dull guy didn't see anything. At this time, there was already a boundless chi entrenched in his body, but Chi Yu dared not really awaken this power. Because even he himself is not sure what the consequences will be. Once this force erupts, it may destroy the earth with only a trace of coercion. For the first time, Chi Yu became worried about his own terror power. No wonder. Those invincible powerhouses in the Dragon Ball will have several layers of transformation modes. It turns out that they are afraid of their own power. It seems that I have to learn from them and seal up their power. Chi Yu said to himself. The second person to play was Beidel. This Gohan's wife has just awakened Shi, and she is already considered a strong man among humans. Unfortunately, she ran into the human warrior Spabaj who was controlled by Babidi. In the world line of Dragon Ball, there used to be an evil mage named Babidi. Babidi used his own magic to create an unprecedented horror monster, Majin Buu. Majin Buu itself is extremely powerful, and can gain their power by devouring other strong men. Using Majin Buu, Babidi destroyed hundreds of planets successively, and killed the Supreme Kai and South King Kai. However, the demon mage was eventually killed by East King Kai, and Majin Buu was also sealed. Advertisement. Chapter 5 The Poor Tower of Tragedy, Flowers for Collection. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. Although Babidi died, his child Babidi survived. In order to avenge the murder of his father, Babidi came to the Earth in the spaceship of Universe and found the giant egg that sealed Majin Buu. As long as enough Kai is collected, Babidi can awaken Majin Buu again to take revenge on Supreme Kai in the world. Bidal's opponent, Spobik, was controlled by Babidi and came to participate in the world's number 1 martial arts conference. Babidi's evil magic has made him more powerful, and he has a terrifying constitution that is not afraid of death. Although Shi has awakened, Bidal is still not Spobik's opponent. With the exhaustion of physical strength, Bidal gradually fell into a disadvantage, and was swung up and beaten by Spabaj. Gohan on the side saw his favorite being beaten up, and Son Gohan on the player bench was so angry that he directly turned on the Super Saiyan state. Even the cloak and headscarf were shaken to pieces. I can't spare you, you bastard. Seeing his son's appearance, Son Goku comforted. Don't worry, this is a martial arts tournament, she will not be in danger. But Dad, calm down. Vegeta crossed his hands and stopped Son Gohan's rampage. A qualified warrior must learn to control himself. It seems that you have been too lax these years. Advertisement. It's because you're like $25,000 all day long, so you are the Tower of Tragedy. When young people see their sweetheart being beaten, they shouldn't care about it and rush forward to avenge their hatred. At some point, a beautiful bald head appeared next to Vegeta. It was Chi-Yu who had just mastered flying technique and instant transmission. Vegeta clenched his fists and turned towards Chi-Yu, angrily said, "Who are you calling the Tower of Tragedy? Don't call me a nickname. You bald bastard who came from nowhere." Chi-Yu sarcastically said, "You are the second child of 10,000 years, don't beep, don't worry about young people's affairs. If you hadn't encountered Bulma's nympho, you would still be a single dog. How dare you say that I am the second child of 10,000 years? I am the Prince of Saiyan. Prince, are there any living people in your Saiyan Star Kingdom besides you?" And Tragedy Tower is a nickname for Dragon Ball fans. The photo of you being deformed by Frieza has been circulated on the internet, and it has been made into a meme. Idiot. Aren't you the second child of 10,000 years? Chi-Yu chuckled, and there was a kind of pity for the mentally ill in his eyes. That appearance seemed to say to Vegeta, "If you are not satisfied, hit me. Hit me." Vegeta, who had a strong self-esteem, was blocked by him and couldn't speak. He could only force himself not to look at the face that made him angry, and cast his eyes on Son Goku beside him. What made him furious was Chi-Yu's scolding, the second child of 10,000 years. Being weighed down by Son Goku all the time is an eternal pain in Vegeta's heart. Advertisement. At this time, the scars were exposed, and Vegeta was almost on the verge of going berserk. In Vegeta's eyes, Son Goku is always his only goal. As for the bald head who satirized him, he was just a common earthling. Such a small existence was not taken seriously by Vegeta. When I get into the ring, I can turn him into ashes with just one finger, this damned and pathetic earthling. Molesting the Tragedy Tower is a happy thing, but seeing Vegeta ignore him, Chi-Yu also lost interest and turned his attention to the ring. There, Piccolo and the blue-skinned Supreme Kai have already entered the ring. Piccolo has been a god for a while, and his perception is extremely keen. Just a face-to-face, he immediately sensed the vast Chi on his opponent, and then his whole body trembled. This Chi is more noble and sacred than the Kaikai King or even the great Kaikai King. You. Please don't say it for now. Yes, it is. After confirming the opponent's identity, Piccolo directly announced his abstention, and then walked off the ring in sweat. Everyone in Son Goku was shocked to see Piccolo admit defeat. Unexpectedly, on this planet, there are still people who can make Piccolo lose without a fight. Advertisement. Piccolo uncle, why did you throw in the towel? Piccolo, is he really that good? Piccolo wiped his sweat before saying to his companions, "It's simply not a dimensional existence, I'm not his opponent." As for the identity of the mysterious contestant on the stage, Chi-Yu who was watching couldn't be more clear. That is the highest god at the same level as gods of destruction Beerus, Supreme Kai. It is strange that Piccolo does not admit defeat. But after waiting for so long, the main event finally came. Next up is Son Gohan, and his opponent is Supreme Kai's squire Jebet. You become a Super Saiyan. Just as he came to the stage, Jabiter asked like this. Being Saiyan in public is a very ostentatious thing, and it will have a serious impact on one's school life. When Gohan was hesitating, Piccolo in the audience nodded at him, motioning him to do what his opponent said. Piccolo doesn't know what Supreme Kai's plan is, but as the Supreme Good God, it is impossible for Supreme Kai to have any ill will towards Son Gohan. Out of trust in his companions, Son Gohan immediately turned into Super Saiyan. P.S. Ask for flower collection, please evaluate votes. Advertisement. Chapter 6 Spobek succeeded. Ask for flower collection. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. Gia. That's him, so powerful. Spobek and the two saw Son Gohan erupting with a powerful and pure chi, and an incredible look flashed in their eyes. Then they took out a magic pot with a long spout, and released the magic that Babidi had reserved in it. The magic pot instantly grew bigger. And a sharp tube also appeared. Action. With a roar, Spobek rushed to the ring with Yamu. One was responsible for hugging Son Gohan, and the other was responsible for inserting the magic pot on Son Gohan. Suck. A powerful suction appeared out of thin air. Son Gohan suddenly felt that the energy in his body was being sucked away, and he couldn't help showing a trace of panic. How could this happen? Ha ha ha. It's great. A lot of pure energy. Just his own energy has filled more than half of the magic pot. Let's go. Spobek let out a ferocious laugh, and then directly led his companions into the sky, disappearing in front of everyone in an instant. Advertisement. Seeing this scene, the entire audience was completely dumbfounded. What's the situation? How could there be so many monsters in the world's number? One martial arts tournament. They can fly, they can fire laser cannons, some people won't die if their heads are broken, and finally there are still people who can transform. All of this is simply beyond the imagination of common people. The only ones in the audience who knew the truth were probably the host and Mr. Satan. Host. Oh my god, they are here again. Last time it was Piccolo Daimao, this time it seems that a more powerful guy came again. Sure enough, I knew that only people like Son Goku are the real number one in the world, the number one martial artist in the world. It would be so boring without them. And Mr. Satan was hiding outside the door of the VIP lounge with snot and tears streaming down his face. Are you kidding? Who are these people? Why are there people who are stronger than me, Satan? I am number one in the world. But, why is that kid so familiar? It seems, it's the kid who participated in the Cell game back then. He's here too, and he's grown up. That's right, this transformation is too familiar. Mr. Satan knew that he, the hero who saved the world, was just a lie. In fact, he was a coward, but he said that he defeated Cell. People all over the world believed in him, and he also relied on this honorary title to make a fortune and build a huge family business. His daughter Bidal also worshipped him since she was a child, so he couldn't expose this lie. Fortunately, those perverted guys didn't expose him either. Advertisement. Damn it, Gohan was attacked. Seeing this scene, Son Goku burst into anger in vain, and he had the urge to transform into Super Saiyan. Supreme Kai said at this time, please believe me, I really have no malice. Gohan will be fine soon. If you want to know the truth, come with me. After finishing speaking, he was going to fly into the sky to track down Spobek and the other two. Son Goku touched his head and said with some doubts, in this case, let's follow together. At this time, Vegeta grabbed Son Goku's collar angrily, and shouted, I don't care if he is Supreme Kai or not, but you can only stay in this world for one day. I came to this Budokai to compete with you. Yes, no time for Majin Buu. Son Goku said, we can go together. Isn't it okay to compare when we get there? Supreme Kai turned back and said, please help me as much as possible, this involves the safety of the entire universe. The protagonist camp is all kind people. After a brief discussion, everyone decided to go with Supreme Kai. Even if Vegeta is reluctant, it's not good to have an attack at this time, so he can only grit his teeth. Then, a group of people followed Supreme Kai soaring into the sky and left the conference site. Only the audience stood there dumbfounded. Advertisement. Nani. A group of contestants have all run away. What the hell is going on with the number one martial arts competition in the world? Only Chi Yu, Heelan, number 18, Supreme Kai's attendant Jebet, Son Gohan who fell to the ground, Bidal, Trunks and Little Goten remained. What's wrong with Gohan? Baidaer came to the ring, looked at the unconscious Gohan, and asked anxiously. Jebet put his hands on Son Gohan's chest. Don't worry, he will be fine soon. Jebet has the superpower to heal any injury, and can also feel the strength in the opponent's body. When he put his hands on Son Gohan's chest, his whole body was shocked, and he was so shocked that he could hardly speak. How is it possible? The power released just now is not his limit. There is even more powerful power in his body. Is this the human beings on Earth? It's unbelievably powerful. Some cold sweat broke out on Jebet's forehead. Still, his healing powers worked, and Gohan quickly regained his strength and got up from the ground. Quote. My anger is back. Son Gohan clenched his fists, a little incredulous. Jebet turned around, glanced at him and said, Want to know the truth, Son Gohan, you should come with me, I will explain it to you on the way. P.S. Ask for evaluation tickets for flower collection. Advertisement. Chapter 7 Evil Demon Mage Babidi. Ask for flower collection. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. Gohan, can I go with you guys? Baidaer interjected at this time. After this series of events, she suddenly came to her senses and vaguely guessed something. Some facts about her memory may be false. Son Gohan frowned. Bidle, I have a bad feeling, can you stay here and not go? Baidaer suddenly showed a pitiful look. Gohan, please, take me with you, I promise I won't hold you back. Okay then. Son Gohan stroked his forehead helplessly, and then flew away with Bidle. 2 more people flew away. The entire audience was numb. Are these people all gods? How can people fly? Damn. That kid, how could he take Bidle away together? Damn it, and Bidle has also become a flying girl, she will learn to be bad if she stays with these perverts. Seeing this scene, Satan was immediately depressed. Number 18, are you going? Heelan saw that his partners had left, and then turned to look at his wife, number 18. Advertisement. Number 18 pouted. I'm not going. Is there any prize money for saving the world? I still want to stay and participate in the competition. You can go with them. Then I can easily win the competition by myself. Okay then, wait for me to come back. Heelan took a deep look at number 18, and followed Gohan to leave. The host saw these familiar Earth Masters leave one by one, and showed an expected expression. Haha, I knew that every time these guys appeared, something big would happen, maybe they are going to save the world again. Haha, without them, the Earth should have been destroyed countless times. What the host doesn't know is that the Earth has been destroyed many times long ago. They also died many times. It's all Son Goku, they rely on Dragon Ball to recover. Are you all gone? Well, I'm bored staying here by myself anyway, why don't you go and have a look, just try out the flying technique I just learned. Chi Yu didn't really want to get involved in this matter. But the militant factor in his body was mobilized by the awakened Chi just now. He desperately wanted to release the power in his body. Chi Yu felt a little bad, he seemed to release the demon in his body, and became as aggressive as Saiyan. If you don't fight for a moment, you will feel itchy. Chi Yu squeezed his fist and tried to feel the chi in his body. How do you control the flight of chi? Let me think about it. Is that right? Rumble. Chi Yu just mobilized a little. The huge force pushed him into the sky in an instant, and he was lifted into the sky at a high speed like a rocket, making an incomparably huge sonic boom. Advertisement. Then Chi Yu cut through the entire sky with a billowing wave of burning clouds amidst the deafening sonic boom, just like the shock wave brought out by a fighter jet. The audience is completely numb. Are all the contestants in this world's number 1 martial arts tournament perverted? Mr. Satan's jaw almost dropped. Nani, a bald head I picked out from the crowd can also fly. Satan suddenly became suspicious of life. He feels that his world champion is fake, the title of world's strongest man is also fake, and even himself is fake. Otherwise, why is it so awesome to just pull out a passerby? Chi Yu's speed is very fast. Flying at a speed exceeding the speed of sound, the powerful Chi ruthlessly tore through the void, instantly surpassing the space behind him. Less than 10 seconds. He came to the side of Son Goku and his party, flying side by side with them. Hi, how are you all? Chi Yu felt that he should say hello to them, otherwise it would be impolite. You just learned flying technique, how can you fly so fast? Son Goku was a little surprised. He didn't know that Chi Yu's chi was already countless times stronger than all of them combined. Chi Yu laughed and said, maybe I'm the better one. Advertisement. Vegeta on the side snorted coldly. We Saiyan are the real genius warriors, ignorant earthlings, no matter how hard you try, it is impossible to become a strong man like us. Chi Yu said. Tower of Tragedy, find time for me to compare with you. I said, don't call me Tragedy Tower. Seeing that Vegeta was about to be provoked by Chi Yu to run wild again, Supreme Kai quickly stopped him. Be careful, we are here, don't be spotted by these 2 guys. Everyone hid behind a high mountain and looked at the 2 evil warriors. Only one spaceship entrance stands alone in the barren wilderness. Supreme Kai gritted his teeth. I didn't expect Babidi to hide the spaceship underground. No wonder I couldn't find his hiding place no matter how I searched. The attendant Jebet turned pale in shock and said, Look, it's Dabra, the king of the demon world. A cloaked demon stepped out of the spaceship. He had 2 horns on his head, his whole body was red, and he looked extremely hideous, exuding a terrifying aura. In front of him, also standing, was a little old man. The old man is old and ugly, like an ugly bug, and he has a magic wand, which is the evil mage Babidi. Feeling Dabra's terrifying, Keelan trembled and asked Jebet, "What is the king of the demon world?" Jabiter said, "He is a very terrifying demon king. He has destroyed many planets. I didn't expect that even he was controlled by Babidi. Now he is in trouble. P.S. Please collect flowers. Advertisement. Chapter 8. Sorry, I tried too hard. Ask for flower collection. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. Son Goku and his group frowned. This Dabra's, is not weaker than the cell that killed Son Goku back then. Such a strong man will be controlled by Babidi. This old man who looks weak is really powerful. Supreme Kai reminded. Everyone be careful, once you have evil thoughts in your heart, you may be turned into his puppet by Babidi's evil magic. At this moment, 2 evil warriors gave Babidi the power of Son Gohan. Ha ha ha, very good, you no longer have the value of existence. After Babidi finished speaking, he directly controlled Yamu to explode. Seeing this scene, Spobik quickly tried to escape in fear, but was also forcibly destroyed by Babidi. For him, these 2 subordinates have completely lost their use value, and the 2 wastes are not worth his effort to control. What a tyrannical old thing. Chi Yu frowned. This alien old man can be said to be a complete villain. On the other hand, Babidi was very satisfied with holding the magic pot, and said to Dabra, the demon king, "It's amazing that these 2 guys have collected so much energy, and they also attracted our enemies." Quote. Advertisement. Demon King Dabra bowed and said to Babidi, "Master Babidi, Dabra is willing to clean up this group of bugs for you." Babidi quacked with a strange smile. "Then please, Dapra, I will wait for your good news below." After speaking, he walked into the universe spaceship behind him. Gia, now it's your turn." Demon King Dapra squeezed his fists, and looked at Son Goku and others behind the mountain with a grinning grin. Supreme Kai, who was hiding behind the mountain, reminded loudly, "Be careful. He found us. Get out of here." Dabra raised his head and cast his eyes on the place where Chi Yu and others were hiding, and the figure suddenly disappeared. When he appeared again, he had already arrived in front of Chi Yu and others. Everyone fled in all directions. Only Chi Yu still stood there with a blank face. "Die, bug!" Dabra roared. A mass of red light erupted in Dabra's hand, and the surging energy flow swallowed Chi Yu's figure and most of the wilderness. The mountains collapsed and the earth trembled. I don't know how long it took before everything calmed down. Son Goku in the sky said, "He won't die, will he?" Vegeta snorted coldly. This kind of guy who overestimates himself deserves his death. He is a powerhouse at the same level as Cell. How can a person on Earth survive if he is hit head-on like this? Advertisement. At this moment, Son Gohan suddenly shouted loudly, "Wait, something is wrong." The thick smoke gradually dissipated, revealing Dabra's figure. There was an expression of disbelief on this ferocious devil's face. He pulled his hand back vigorously, but his arm seemed to be trapped in thick smoke, and he couldn't pull it out no matter how hard he tried. Supreme Kai said, "What happened?" "I don't know, Dabra seems to be stuck in something." At this time, a strong wind blew away all the smoke. People finally got a clear view of what was behind the smoke. At some point, Dabra's hand was held firmly by Chi Yu. No matter how hard Dabra tried, the hand just couldn't be pulled back. Kacha. There was a crisp sound in the air, and Dabra screamed like a pig. Chi Yu shrugged embarrassingly. "Oh, I'm sorry, I accidentally squeezed too hard, and you broke it." Everyone. Dabra is a master comparable to Cell. Advertisement. How could someone cut off his hand just like that? Supreme Kai and Jebet were completely dumbfounded. Unlike Son Goku and others, they know Dabra's strength very well. For thousands of years, Dabra has run rampant in the universe, and has never met an opponent. Wherever he went, all life was extinct, and not a single blade of grass grew. Even Supreme Kai himself is not the opponent of the king of the demon world. He didn't expect that one of his hands would be pinched off just like that. More importantly, this person does not feel a trace of chi, just like a common person. This has exceeded Supreme Kai and Jabiter's cognition, and it has also exceeded everyone's cognition. Vegeta looked at Dabra, who was screaming in contempt, and said to Supreme Kai, "It seems that Dabra is not as strong as you said. It's really embarrassing to have his hand broken by a common man of." Both Supreme Kai and Jabiter were slightly ashamed. Keelan said with a serious tone, "That's not the case. This man named Chi Yu is definitely not a common person. I have fought against him and I know it very well. Although he has no energy on his body, his strength is terrifying. Son Goku also nodded and said, "That's right, this Dapra has the same aura as Cell. To make him defenseless, Chi-Yu must be a rare powerhouse." Vegeta disdainfully said, "So what about Cell? Today I can kill Cell with just one hand. This Dapra is also vulnerable. Even if this Earthling is really strong, it is definitely not me Saiyan's opponent. And Carlo, when are you willing to fight me? The same with this Dapra." Both Supreme Kai and Jebet couldn't help swallowing to relieve their nervousness. Advertisement. Chapter 9 Destroying Dapra, Flower Collection. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. Seeing Dabra being beaten so badly, the evil mage Babidi shouted anxiously, "Dabra! What are you doing? Hurry up and kill that bald man." After receiving the order, Dabra gritted his teeth and tore his arm off his shoulder, out of Chi-Yu's control. Then, he kept spitting at Chi-Yu. Chi-Yu, who has seen the original work, knows that this is Dapra's unique trick. Once spit on by Dabra's saliva, the whole person will be turned into stone. It's so disgusting. How old you are and you still spit. One Punch Man's body is extremely powerful, but Chi-Yu also wants the devil's dirty saliva to spit on himself. After all, this thing is too disgusting. So he dodged quickly, dodging all the saliva with ease. Seeing that this trick didn't work, Dabra conjured up an incomparably sharp sword and slashed at Chi-Yu. This time, the blade finally hit Chi-Yu accurately, but the blade stopped at Chi-Yu's skin, unable to move any further. Advertisement. How is this possible? I am the Demon Lord Dabra. The successive defeats drove Dapra into a madness. He raised his blade and kept slashing at Chi-Yu's body, but he couldn't really hurt Chi-Yu. Until the precious knife made a click and was completely broken into 2 pieces. Dabra stepped back for a distance and murmured, "Impossible, impossible. My knife is made of the hardest metal in the universe, how could it fail to injure a human being? How could there be such a powerful sword in this world?" Body. The clothes on Chi-Yu's body had been chopped into strips, exposing the smooth skin underneath. Not to mention being injured or bleeding, not even a single scratch could be found on it. Chi-Yu looked at his own clothes, then at Dapra on the opposite side, and then yelled frantically, "I've just arrived in this world, but I only have this one piece of clothing, bastard. Die. Go die for me." After saying that, Chi-Yu raised his fist and blasted at Dapra. Fast. Too fast. So fast that even Vegeta and Son Goku couldn't see clearly. The fist hit the air, making a deafening sound. Everyone present couldn't help covering their ears and bowing their heads to resist the terrifying shock wave. After the loud noise, there was only a buzzing sound in the ears, and it took some time for everyone to slowly recover their hearing. Advertisement. When Goku and the others raised their heads, they saw a huge ravine appearing on the wasteland, extending all the way to the end of the world. The clouds in the sky were blasted out a gap by the strong impact, revealing the blue sky, as if the entire atmosphere had been torn apart by this blow. And Dabra, already under Chi-Yu's punch, was blown to ashes, not even scum left. The majestic king of the demon world died as soon as he showed up. This time, even the proud Vegeta was shocked by the terrifying power. He stared blankly at Son Goku and asked, "Can you make this blow without using your breath?" Son Goku was also shocked by Chi-Yu's power, saying, "Of course not, unless you become the second Super Saiyan form and then use Kamehameha. The 2 strongest warriors are like this, let alone the others." Including Supreme Kai, everyone seemed to have lost their souls, not knowing how to react. Vegeta said, "His body is extremely powerful, but he seems to be unable to use Chi." Supreme Kai said, "Even if you can't use Chi, this must be the first-class warrior in the world. The universe is so vast, I never thought that there are such strong people in the world." Vegeta gritted his teeth, an infinite fighting spirit ignited in his heart. One Son Goku is fine, but now there is another Chi-Yu. He had to knock down both of them in order to truly become the best. Advertisement. Thinking of this, Vegeta landed on the ground first and walked towards the entrance of the spaceship. Son Goku can only stay in this world for 1 day, and the time left for Vegeta is running out. This boring farce must be ended quickly. Damn, how did this happen? Dabra's death had frightened Babidi, and he was temporarily relieved when he went all the way back to the spaceship to hide. This spaceship is extremely huge, and it will take some time for Chi-Yu and others to find where they are. After injecting Son Gohan's Chi into the giant egg that sealed Majin Buu, Babidi cursed angrily, "What king of the demon world? He is so vulnerable. If I had known earlier, I wouldn't have to spend so much effort to control him." His subordinate is an alien who looks exactly like Frieza, who is also an evil warrior controlled by Babidi. Seeing Babidi's appearance, Baby Pi also panicked and said, "Master Babidi, that bald head is really too powerful, what should we do?" Babidi saw the scene outside the spacecraft through the crystal ball, and he could see Vegeta's angry and unwilling expression. After pondering for a while, Babidi said, Spabichi has brought back half of the energy. If he can get half of it, Majin Buu can be revived. No matter how strong that bald head is, he is definitely not Majin Buu's opponent. Now it is impossible for us to retreat. We must find a way to obtain the other half of the energy, otherwise we will die. Pu said. But Lord Babidi, even Dabra is dead, how should we get energy? P.S. The author is a bit busy serializing 3 books at the same time, but this book will also guarantee more than 3 updates every day. Advertisement. Chapter 10 Playing with Gravity. Pediatrics. Ask for flower collection. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. Babidi stared at Vegeta on the crystal ball, and said darkly, this guy is our only chance. He has evil thoughts in his heart, and he can be controlled by me. If he wanted to control this guy, he had to amplify this evil thought a little more. Thinking of this, Babidi ordered Pei Pei, you go to the first floor to guard, delay for me, and I will find a solution. Warrior controlled by Babidi couldn't disobey his orders, so he could only bow and say, yes, Lord Babidi. I will definitely not let them come under the spaceship. Dabra is Babidi's strongest warrior, since even the Demon King is dead, then Pei Pei is definitely not Chi Yu's opponent. Now he only hoped that he would not confront Chi Yu head-on, otherwise he would be bombarded to death with just one punch. Soon, Chi Yu and others found the entrance to the second floor, just in time to meet Pei Pei who came to guard. Seeing that shiny bald head, Pei Pei couldn't help shivering. If you want to pass here, you must defeat my Lord Babidi's guard. Vegeta disdainfully said, just you. One is not enough, why don't we punch? After finishing speaking, Son Goku looked at Chi Yu, who shrugged and said, I don't care, just do as you like. Now that everyone agrees, let's get started. Rock paper scissors. Rock paper scissors. Rock paper scissors. Comma. Under Pei Pei's gaze, the 4 of Chi Yu got together and played rock paper scissors. Advertisement. This made Pei Pei very angry. Before being controlled by Babidi, Ba Ba was the strongest warrior on the entire planet, but they didn't expect them to dare to look down on themselves. He clenched his fists and scolded angrily, are you alright? Who is here? I won. Damn it, I actually lost. It turned out that Gohan won. Gohan was elated after winning, while the other 3 were downcast. Supreme Kai, who was watching from the sidelines, couldn't help but secretly startled. These guys actually treat fighting and killing as entertainment. They are really a group of terrifying militants. Seeing that it wasn't Chi Yu, Babidi was greatly relieved. Supreme Kai advised from the side. Ba Ba is a powerful warrior from a high-gravity planet, you can't go alone. Vegeta sneered. Gohan has no problem solving these small roles, just watch. Son Gohan has neglected to practice these years, but he was a mighty warrior who defeated Cell after all. A small role is simply not enough to see in front of Gohan. HMPH, do you dare to underestimate me? Do you know who I am? The second strongest existence under the great Babidi Demon Mage, I can crush you to death with one hand. He shouted arrogantly. As a result, as soon as he finished speaking, he was punched by Gohan and flew out. Boom, boom, boom. Advertisement. Immediately afterwards, successive explosions sounded. Gohan turned into a Super Saiyan, with full fighting power. He was completely hanging and fighting the whole time, and the opponent had no resistance at all. He was beaten all over the floor looking for his teeth. Bastard. This guy is so strong. Babidi panicked, and quickly cast a spell to change the battlefield. The surrounding scene began to change. Everyone's eyes dazzled, and they realized that they had come to a completely strange planet. Supreme Kai shouted nervously to Gohan, beware. This is Babidi's magic, he can shift the combat environment to his subordinates' advantage. At this time, Pei Pei wiped the blood from the corner of his mouth and stood up from the ground. He picked up a small stone, only to see the stone hit the ground hard at the speed of a bullet. Pooh couldn't help laughing and said, this is the high-gravity planet I was born on, and the gravity is 10 times that of the Earth. You can't fight me here, prepare to die. Supreme Kai yelled. Oops. Come on, both of you. Seeing that the environment has been changed, Supreme Kai and Jebet are anxious. 10 times the gravity means that everyone carries more than 1 ton of weight on their backs. In such an environment, it is difficult for Son Gohan to fight freely. But Ba Ba is different, he is already a warrior of a high-heavy planet, and he will only become stronger in such an environment. Unfortunately, except for these 2 people from the God realm. The other warriors all had an indifferent expression. Advertisement. 10 times the gravity. Hee, these are all things we are tired of playing with. Son Gohan waved his hand and said carelessly, don't worry Supreme Kai. Gohan will be fine. Supreme Kai also wants to stop Son Gohan's court death behavior, but the battle has already begun. I saw Pooh rushed towards Son Gohan at a very fast speed, his footsteps were light, and he didn't look like he was in an environment with 10 times the gravity. After coming in front of Gohan, Pei raised his fist and threw it at Son Gohan. It's over. Supreme Kai couldn't help moaning, but the result was beyond his expectation. I saw Son Gohan also raised his fist, and said slowly, I practiced in an environment of 60 times the gravity when I was young, and 10 times the gravity is nothing to me, you idiot. What? Hey, he hasn't reacted yet. Son Gohan burst out with great strength, blowing Pei's entire body with one punch. Ba, die, FK. The two Supreme Kai were dumbfounded again. Ha. So boring. Chi Yu was standing aside with his arms folded, yawning non-stop, he was almost falling asleep. Advertisement. Chapter 11 The Power to Destroy the Planet. Ask for Flower Collection. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. These damn things. Seeing that Pei fell down, Babidi could only release the dark monster. Yej looks like a green mantis that has been magnified countless times. He is good at fighting in the dark, and can swallow all light energy, and his combat effectiveness is not bad. Seeing this monster, Supreme Kai reminded again, be careful, this is the dark monster Yej, a very famous powerhouse on the dark planet. Chi Yu rolled his eyes. You idiot, you know every day that you will spoil your own prestige by making others angry. Supreme Kai. As for who is going to deal with Yej, the warriors once again chose finger guessing. Rock, paper, scissors. Rock, paper, scissors. I won. Hateful. This time the winner was Chi Yu, and it was a pity that Son Goku did not get a chance to play. And Vegeta, who was already impatient, was already gnashing his teeth. Seeing Chi Yu, a big bald head, stand up, Supreme Kai also heaved a sigh of relief. Yej is very strong, but definitely not as strong as Dabura. Advertisement. Chi Yu can even blow up Dabura with one punch, and Yej is of course not his opponent, it should be easy. Just as Supreme Kai thought this way, he found that the world around him was plunged into deep darkness, and he couldn't see his fingers. Yej's voice came from all directions. Unexpectedly, this is the dark star I was born in. There is no sun in this galaxy, nor any light source. I can see you, but you can't see me. Son Goku said. Okay, Chi Yu can't use Chi, and can't feel the opponent's position. Vegeta let out his signature cold snort again, and said, so people who can't use Chi are not really strong. Even if they have the same destructive power, fighting in many places will be restricted. Really? Chi Yu's voice came from the darkness. Tragedy Tower, do you dare to make a bet with me? Don't call me Tragedy Tower, you bald man. Tragedy Tower, Tragedy Tower, Tragedy Tower. I am going to kill you. Hearing Vegeta's distraught voice, Chi Yu nodded in satisfaction. At this time, Yej's voice came from the darkness again. I heard that you killed Dabura, but on this completely invisible planet, even you will never be able to find me. Chi Yu said. Why did I find you? The monster also said. How can you attack me if you don't find me? Are you here to kill me with your thoughts? Ha 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 ha. Chi Yu said. It's not easy. Will you and this planet be smashed with one punch? You, what did you say? I said I would smash you and this planet into pieces. Advertisement. After finishing speaking, Chi Yu clenched his fists, and then slowly flew into the sky. Warcraft also Jay said. This is impossible, the volume of the dark star is 6 times larger than that of the Earth. How about that? Killer series. Common punch. With a loud shout, Chi Yu raised his hand and threw it on the ground. A huge gully opened on the surface of the planet, and violent magma burst out. With the light of the magma, everyone can see Yej's face full of fear. No, everyone, fly up to the sky. Hearing Supreme Kai shout, everyone immediately used the flying technique to fly into the sky to avoid the sudden disaster of annihilation. Yej also wanted to do the same, but he was not so lucky to be the first to bear the brunt, and was completely involved in the tide of chaotic rocks and magma. Master Babidi, please help me. Yej called to his master for help, but in the face of such a vast force, the evil mage Babidi had nothing to do. The Dragon Ball warriors who ascended to the sky had a panoramic view of the power of this punch, and saw that the entire planet was broken into countless pieces like an egg hit by a stone. The surging magma flow was mixed with broken stones, constantly exploding in the void and flying around. Dazzling rays of light shot out from the center of the earth, illuminating the pitch-black starry sky like day. Jabiter was confused. Master Supreme Kai, what kind of power is this? Supreme Kai looked embarrassed. He felt that his self-esteem had been greatly humiliated. Don't ask me, I don't know why this guy is so strong. Among them, Vegeta was the most angry. Seeing Chi Yu's strength, Vegeta's indestructible confidence finally began to shake. Advertisement. Can he really defeat such a powerful person? He couldn't help asking himself this. In the past, there was Son Goku, but now there is Chi Yu. What are you going to do in order to surpass these monsters that popped up one by one? Could it be that I, the Prince of Saiyan, will be subservient to these people for the rest of my life? He thought of his own hard training in the past years. In order to surpass Son Goku, he stayed in the gravity room for almost 24 hours. But even so, he is still not sure of winning against Son Goku. Seeing Son Goku this time, he could feel the chi far surpassing himself from this guy. Son Goku was not defeated by himself, and the second formidable enemy, Chi Yu, appeared again. This inevitably made Vegeta's heart sink to the bottom. What is the meaning of your own efforts? No, cannot be like this. I'm the Prince of Saiyan, I can't just throw in the towel. Give me strength. Anyone can, give me strength. At this time, Babbidi's magic could no longer be maintained, and everyone was sent to the spaceship again. Just as Vegeta was burning with jealousy, Babbidi's voice rang in his head. Do you want power? Vegeta replied without hesitation. Of course, give me strength quickly. Then as you wish. Advertisement. Chapter 12 Vegeta actively controlled flower collection. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. Vegeta took the initiative to accept Babbidi's magical control. Rumble. An evil and violent aura instantly exuded from his whole body, and an M symbol was slowly emerging on his forehead. Vegeta couldn't suppress the evil thoughts in his heart, and took the initiative, fully corrupted and eventually turned into a fully evil warrior. Supreme Kai was the first to notice Vegeta's mutation. He yelled, "Get out of Vegeta, he doesn't look right." When the others heard Supreme Kai's words, they all looked at Vegeta in shock, and they noticed his abnormal changes. Watching Vegeta's change through the crystal ball, Babbidi couldn't help shouting excitedly, "It's really amazing, it's amazing, I've never had such a powerful subordinate. Quickly give me the energy measuring device here, I want the biggest one." Yes, Lord Babbidi. One of his subordinates trotted all the way, and then handed the energy measuring device to Babbidi's hand. Advertisement. Looking at the numbers on the measuring device, Babbidi almost popped his eyes out. 13000 units of energy. It's unbelievable. 200 units of energy can already destroy a planet. This guy named Vegeta is so powerful. Let him fight that bald head and I can get the revived Majin Buu's energy is gone. But as long as anyone under Babbidi's control is injured, Babbidi can extract the lost part of his power from him. So he had to find an opponent for Vegeta, and Chi Yu was the best choice. Go Vegeta, go kill that damn baldy. In the second floor of the empty spaceship, Vegeta's chi is expanding crazily, gradually surpassing his own limit. Supreme Kai said, "It's not good. Vegeta has evil thoughts in his heart, and he is controlled by Babbidi." Vegeta's power at this time was simply beyond everyone's imagination. Even Son Goku stared at Vegeta in astonishment and said, "It's been so many years since I've seen you, Vegeta's strength has reached this point." Chi Yu crossed his hands and looked at Vegeta indifferently. "Actually, you were deliberately controlled by Babbidi, right?" Vegeta clenched his fists, felt the destructive power in his body, and smiled triumphantly. "Yes, I did do this on purpose." Vegeta's expression looked terribly sinister. However, Chi Yu knew that he was only using Babbidi's magic to make himself stronger. How could the proud Prince Saiyan submit to others so easily? Advertisement. However, this time when meeting Son Goku, Vegeta still felt the gap between himself and Son Goku even though he didn't fight against each other. He had a strong premonition. If he doesn't improve, he's no match for Son Goku at all. That's why he thought of voluntarily being controlled by Babbidi. In fact, he used Babbidi's magic to increase his power again in a short period of time, and he could compete with Son Goku. His opponent has always been Son Goku. Babbidi may be able to control a master like Dabra, but it doesn't mean he can control Vegeta. Vegeta and Dabra are not masters of the same level at all. Four Tails can transfer 1,000 caddies, but what about 5,000 caddies? What about 10,000 caddies? No matter how strong the ants are, they will never be able to shake the big tree. Not to mention that Vegeta is a battle-hardened old warrior with an incomparably strong mental will. Tragedy Tower, is there something wrong with your brain? Chi Yu was a little speechless. This guy's self-esteem is really too strong, and it hasn't changed a bit after all these years. Vegeta sneered. I know very well that after returning this time, the power gap between Goku and me has widened again. If I want to successfully catch up with him, I have to use other methods. Dumbass. Advertisement. Chi Yu was very upset with Vegeta. When he was reading comics in his previous life, he was always annoyed that Vegeta was always doing more harm than good. It's like in the Cell game, Vegeta, who just came out of the spiritual time room, already has Super 2 combat effectiveness, but he underestimated the enemy and let go of the not yet complete Cell. Cell took the opportunity to devour the complete evolution of number 18, and beat Vegeta into an idiot. If he had killed Cell earlier, it would not have caused the subsequent series of plots, and Son Goku would not have died. Saiyan's so-called pride is sometimes almost like a mental retardation. Not only Vegeta, Son Goku, Son Gohan has this arrogant mentality. I hate a guy like you who always does bad things the most. People like you are so stubborn that you don't know how to change things. You don't care about other people's feelings for the sake of fighting. So, let me try you. How can you be patient? Chi Yu mocked with disdain. After hearing this, Vegeta laughed wildly. Ha ha ha, with my current strength, can you, a bald man, defeat me? Take a look, this is the power that Babidi gave me. After finishing speaking, Vegeta gave a loud shout, and the air around him was surging. I told you, I don't call you bald, and no one is allowed to call me bald. Chi Yu was angry. P.S. Ask for flowers, please collect. Advertisement. Chapter 13 Killing Vegeta, Seeking Flowers for Collection. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. Chi Yu said. This place is too narrow, let's find a wide place. Vegeta didn't answer, just sneered, and then took the lead to float out of the spaceship. Chi Yu followed closely behind. There was a bang of thunder, and heavy rain fell from the sky, turning the dry wilderness into a piece of mud. Chi Yu stood on the ground, looked up at Vegeta suspended in the rainstorm and said, if I were you, I would definitely try to get rid of Babidi's control, otherwise you would die. It's you who will die. With a loud roar, Vegeta swooped down towards Chi Yu. The radiance emitted by Super Saiyan draws a straight line of gold under the dark clouds, heading straight for Chi Yu's face. Common punch. The two fists collided, and the air wave emptied all the surrounding rainwater and sludge, instantly creating a large open space. Vegeta was sent flying upside down by the huge impact force, piercing through several mountain peaks in a row before stabilizing his posture. You are really strong. But it's not enough to defeat me, Vegeta. Vegeta shook his numb arm, then turned to the sky and roared. In an instant, his aura surged again, his whole body was surrounded by lightning, and he entered the second state of Super Saiyan. The rain all over the sky was collected by his chi, forming a vortex engulfing wind and thunder. Ha ha ha, Vegeta laughed maniacally. I tell you, this is the second state of Super Saiyan. Once this form is activated, my strength will skyrocket to countless times before, and you are absolutely impossible to be my opponent. Advertisement. Chi Yu looked indifferent. I only used 1% of my strength for the punch just now. If you don't repent, I will kill you with one punch. Vegeta had a grim face. What are you talking about, bald man? I'm Vegeta, the legendary Super Saiyan. How could I die? You wait for me. I'm going to kill you, bald man. I don't know how to live. Chi Yu shook his head. For this kind of idiot who only yells, he is really lazy and nonsense. Boom. Vegeta only felt a blur in front of his eyes, and Chi Yu below suddenly disappeared and appeared in front of him. Vegeta was shocked, and punched the figure in front of him. But it's not waiting for the fist to be implemented. Chi Yu has disappeared again. Whoosh whoosh. A sharp piercing sound came from behind Vegeta. He hurriedly turned his head, and saw Chi Yu's cold eyes. Die. There is no brilliant golden light, no scorching energy, that punch is so ordinary and yet undeniable. Chi Yu's fist landed precisely on his chest. After a loud noise, Vegeta's chest was shattered, and a big hole appeared. Advertisement. His entire chest was vaporized by Chi Yu's punch. And the aftermath of destruction caused by this punch directly wiped out the rain clouds in the sky and the muddy water on the ground in an instant, and was swept away by the huge impact. One punch, blow everything up. At this time, the others finally reacted. The battle, is this over? With just 2 punches, Vegeta was blown up, which is simply incredible. Vegeta is still the Super Saiyan in this world's combat power, second only to Son Goku. Vegeta's quick breath is gone. Son Goku saw this scene, cold sweat broke out on his head, and his face was extremely complicated. What does it mean to be out of breath? Everyone present knows it. As a powerful warrior, as long as he is alive, there is chi, but Vegeta's chi is already weak, which means that he is on the verge of death. He is dying. Goku, do you have any more fairy beans? Piccolo spoke with difficulty, with cold sweat on his face. There are 2 more. Only then did Son Goku come to his senses, and quickly ran to the side of Vegeta who was lying on the ground, trying to forcefully pour him a fairy bean. Advertisement. However, all of Vegeta's consciousness has dissipated, and he is only 1 step away from death, so he can't chew at all. Everyone can only watch Vegeta die. Boo. Vegeta's last trace of breath also disappeared. Heelan was completely frightened, and stammered, Chi Yu, he killed Vegeta, killed Vegeta. Damn, Son Gohan punched the wall of the spaceship, and said angrily, how could he kill Vegeta, what about Trunks Jr. and Aunt Bulma? Supreme Kai lowered his head and thought, Vegeta has been controlled, and he is a very powerful warrior. He can fight against an invincible master like Chi Yu. Even if he dies, he should be very honorable. Everyone is a person who has experienced many battles, and naturally understands the truth that life and death cannot be held back. Vegeta has been controlled by Babidi. Vegeta who has lost his mind will certainly not show mercy to Chi Yu. To fight against such a crazy Vegeta, Chi Yu must have to show his best strength. That way, no matter who dies, it won't be a surprise. It's just that what they didn't know was that Chi Yu hadn't even used 10% of his strength in punching just now. Trash. I said don't provoke me, otherwise I won't keep my hand. Chi Yu blew his fist, dismissing the dead Vegeta. Anyway, this guy can be resurrected with the Dragon Ball in the future, and Vegeta has never died before, so it's nothing to let him die again. Advertisement. Chapter 14 Majin Buu is here. Ask for flower collection. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. We don't have time to mourn for Vegeta at this time. If Babidi is not stopped quickly, more people will die in this disaster soon. Majin Buu must not be born. Supreme Kai anxiously persuaded the crowd. Well, what you said makes sense. Let's stop Babidi first. As long as Babidi and Majin Buu are eliminated, we can use the Dragon Ball to revive Vegeta. Son Goku said to everyone. Yeah, Dragon Ball. Why didn't I think of that? Yeah, the Dragon Ball is supposed to revive the dead Vegeta, that's great. Although this guy is hateful, he is not bad in nature. Let's revive him after the crisis is eliminated. ... Everyone immediately cheered up and rushed to the bottom of the spaceship. After a while, they saw a huge meat egg in the bottom of the spaceship. The meat egg was emitting red light, beating violently like a human heart. Babidi stood at the edge of the giant egg, opened his hands and shouted excitedly, "The warrior named Vegeta really didn't disappoint me. The damage he suffered allowed me to collect huge energy. Majin Buu is about to resurrected." When Goku and others arrived, the energy of the dome was already full. Advertisement. Babidi danced with excitement and loudly announced the arrival of Majin Buu. Supreme Kai said. No, Majin Buu is coming out soon, everyone attack that giant egg. After all, it is related to the safety of the entire universe, and everyone dare not be careless. Goku and Gohan activated the Super Saiyan form for the first time, and the others also gathered Ki Blast together. Kamehameha. Magic imbued light killing cannon. Shigung cannon. ... Dozens of consecutive powerful attacks converged into a dazzling beam of light, which accurately hit the giant egg where Majin Buu was. Rumble. Explosions continued one after another, and everyone joined forces to blow everything up. This devastating attack destroyed Babidi's universe spaceship in an instant. A huge circular pit was blasted into the whole underground, and they all appeared at the bottom of the pit. And the evil mage Babidi was lucky enough to survive the attack of the crowd. It has to be said that his magic is really powerful. I don't know how long it took before the long smoke slowly dissipated. Hard meat eggs fell from the sky and smashed heavily into the wreckage of the spaceship. Advertisement. Seeing that the eggs were intact, Babidi laughed and said, "It's useless, my Majin Buu won't just be killed like this, this is the strongest monster my father created." Finally, the giant egg cracked open, and a lot of pink steam came out from inside. Whether it was Babidi, Son Goku or the others, they all stared straight at the inside of the giant egg with nervous expressions. This is a big monster that almost destroyed the entire universe. Now that the seal is lifted, the only way to stop Babidi is to fight to the death. But when the pink smoke dissipated, everyone was surprised to find that there was nothing inside the dome. Supreme Kai clenched his fists and shouted overjoyedly, "Great, everyone's attack just now has wiped out Majin Buu, and the world has been saved. This. ... How is this possible?" Seeing the empty arena, Babidi sat down on the ground dejectedly. In order to revive Majin Buu, he worked hard for countless years, and he also took advantage of his strongest warrior Dabra. Seeing that all previous efforts were in vain, Babidi's heart gradually fell into despair. Up to now, Supreme Kai and Son Goku will never let themselves go. Wrong. Just then, Gohan yelled. Supreme Kai looked at the dignified Gohan and Goku and asked, "What happened?" Son Goku stared at the sky and said, "There is a huge evil aura that is permeating the surrounding air." Advertisement. Following Son Goku's gaze, he saw that the pink steam was gathering in the sky, and gradually turned into a fat figure. With a soft horn on his head and baggy trousers, he looks like a pink pig and looks extremely cute. Majin Buu landed on the ground, and then, like a naughty boy, he did a funny dance. This is Majin Buu. Everyone was dumbfounded. No matter how you look at it, this cute fat man doesn't look like a big devil who destroys the world. Even Babidi, who summoned him himself, was a little unconfident, and asked tentatively, "Boo." When Majin Buu heard someone calling him, he immediately looked at Babidi and nodded cutely. Keelan and the others all laughed. What Majin Buu? This is simply an intellectual problem. Look at his fat body. Where does he look like a super strong man? It seems that Babbidi's resurrection ceremony failed. It deserves it. It's just a pity that Vegeta was sacrificed. Just when everyone is laughing at Babbidi and pink fat Majin Buu. But Supreme Kai had a terrified look on his face and shouted, "What are you talking about? That's really Majin Buu." Advertisement. Percent. Chapter 15 Super Saiyan 3 Form. Ask for flower collection. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. In fact, even Babbidi himself has never seen what Majin Buu looks like, and the only one present who knows what Majin Buu looks like is Supreme Kai, who has lived through endless years. Majin Buu. Kill them all. Majin Buu turned to look at Babbidi, then at Son Goku, and made a funny face. Supreme Kai shouted anxiously, "Don't worry about it, everyone get out of this place, we are definitely not Majin Buu's opponent." Along the way, Supreme Kai always made a fuss. He treats even such small characters as dark monsters and Baba as big enemies. There are too many stories about the wolf coming, and no one will believe it. Heelan said. What Majin Buu? I think it's nothing more than that. Goku finally came back from the underworld, so let's go and accompany Goten and Chi-Chi. Let me be the hero who saves the world this time. After speaking, Heelan burst out all his anger and rushed towards Majin Buu. Klin, come back. Supreme Kai reminded again, but it was too late. Heelan's fist hit Majin Buu's stomach, but it got stuck in the pink fat, and he couldn't pull it out no matter how hard he tried. The gigantic Majin Buu looked down upon the struggling little man, then smiled an evil smile. A terrifying aura came from Majin Buu, and that aura far surpassed any enemy Goku and the others had ever faced. Advertisement. Not good, run away. As soon as Son Goku finished speaking, Kling was hit by Majin Buu's fist. His tiny body was directly beaten into a cloud of blood mist, floating in the air. Kling uncle. Seeing that Kling was killed, Gohan was very angry. He instantly entered the second Super Saiyan form and rushed towards Majin Buu. Don't fight him. I said run. We are definitely not Majin Buu's opponents. Supreme Kai is still persuading. But seeing the death of their comrades in arms, Son Goku and others were all red-eyed, and couldn't listen to anything. The battle started immediately. Gohan, who entered the second state of Super Saiyan, was so powerful that he beat Majin Buu's body to pieces in a single encounter. Piccolo hid behind and launched a sneak attack with a Qigong cannon. But no matter how serious the injury was, Majin Buu recovered instantly, as if all attacks had no effect on him. You hurt me. Buu is angry. Advertisement. Majin Buu's scattered body gathered together again, and he who suffered the injury was extremely angry, and a terrifying energy flow erupted all over his body. In an instant, Son Goku and others who were still attacking were all swallowed up by this energy flow. Rumble. A devastating energy shock wave radiated out. The entire wasteland seemed to have been bombed by an atomic bomb. All the peaks and mounds were flattened, and all the boulders were turned into powder. The whole earth became extremely flat, smooth as a mirror. And the Dragon Ball warriors. Because they were at the center of Majin Buu's explosion, they were hit the hardest, and Majin Buu's anger alone sent them flying. Son Goku, who has the strongest combat power, was the first to climb up from the waist. He was covered in small wounds, bleeding profusely, and looked extremely embarrassed. Fortunately, these were all skin injuries, and with his resilience, they were nothing at all. Supreme Kai and his attendant, Jebet, were already timid and afraid of death, and hid far away for a long time, so they were not harmed in the slightest. But Son Gohan was much more miserable, with blood dripping from the corner of his mouth. Advertisement. As for Piccolo, half of his body is gone. Fortunately, he has a strong self-healing ability, so although he is seriously injured, he will not die, but he will lose a lot of energy. Kling was the worst, because he underestimated the enemy, and was the first to die in the hands of Majin Buu. Just a face-to-face meeting, and they were completely defeated. Supreme Kai ran over from a distance angrily and said, "Why don't you believe me? As I said, you are no match for Majin Buu at all." "Sorry, Lord Supreme Kai." Son Goku wiped the cold sweat off his face and said, "Majin Buu is indeed very strong. Just his outburst of anger made me feel a shudder. It is really impossible for us to win, he is too strong. If Vegeta is still alive, maybe we can fight this guy. But there is no way now. You take Gohan and Piccolo and escape first, I will stop this guy." Babidi heard the conversation of Son Goku and others from a distance, and suddenly laughed wildly and triumphantly. "Majin Buu who wants to stop me? It's up to you. Buu, kill them all for me." Son Goku ignored Babidi, but said to Supreme Kai, "Next I will become the third form of Super Saiyan. I have not fully grasped this state, and it may not last long, but it should be fine to stop Majin Buu for a while." Super Saiyan 3. Gohan, Piccolo and others were stunned. Has Daddy Goku pushed the limits of Super Saiyan again? As expected of the rarest super combat genius in the entire universe, Son Goku is once again ahead of everyone. P.S. The third update. There will be an update in the evening, please collect flowers. Advertisement. Chapter 16 Shi Yu became the blame man. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. Drink. Son Goku finally broke out. He mobilized all the chi in his body and broke through Super Saiyan 1 and Super Saiyan 2 consecutively. Finally broke out again. Blue lightning was blooming all over his body, and Gold's hair was like steel needles, growing rapidly, and he turned into a Super Saiyan with blue hair. His hair soared directly to his waist, and he successfully entered the third Super Saiyan form. Majin Buu, do you dare to fight with me? Son Goku clenched his fists tightly, his eyes filled with strong confidence, which was the strong self-confidence brought to him by his soaring strength. Super Saiyan 3. This is the limit he has broken through after so many years of hard work in the underworld, and it is the first time he has shown himself in front of everyone. Okay. What a terrible breath. Piccolo and Gohan et al. Were completely stunned. Is this Super Saiyan 3 more powerful than Super Saiyan 2? Horrible. This energy is far beyond everyone's imagination. Even Vegeta, who is controlled by Babidi, is far inferior. The whole earth is trembling under the breath of Son Goku. Tien Shinhan and Dumplings, who were hidden far away in the extremely cold place, the gods of the gods, and even the king of the underworld. Everyone felt this terrifying air. Advertisement. Son Goku, that's too strong. HMPH, isn't it just that the hair has grown a bit? In front of Majin Buu, it is not worth mentioning at all. Babidi taunted disdainfully, and then he yelled at Son Goku and others ferociously. Majin Buu, give, I'm going. Kill them all. Majin Buu was not happy with Babidi wantonly commanding himself like a slave. But he knew that Babidi knew magic and could easily seal him again. He was sealed for tens of millions of years, and he was finally resurrected. He didn't want to enter that dark giant egg again. Therefore, at this stage, he could only swallow his anger on Babidi for the time being and obey his orders. On the surface, Majin Buu looks cute and honest. It's actually very smart, and cunning and evil, and Majin Buu is already figuring out how to kill Babidi. Kill him, Buu. Babidi didn't know that his imminent death was imminent, but continued to yell at Son Goku. Hey hey hey. Majin Buu rushed out obediently. Attack on Son Goku. As a result, he was kicked out by Son Goku after a face-to-face meeting. Whoosh whoosh. Son Goku's figure disappeared instantly, and then reappeared above Majin Buu's head. Another blow came down. Boom. Majin Buu, who was hit hard, had no time to react, and was sent flying like a cannonball. His whole body was distorted and deformed. Son Goku, who has become the third state of Super Saiyan, is really too strong. Advertisement. In the next 3 full minutes, Son Goku launched a hellish attack on Majin Buu. The attack method is extremely violent. Boom. Another upward kick. Majin Buu received a heavy blow to the jaw from Son Goku and was kicked high into the air. Taking advantage of this opportunity, Son Goku launched one of his strongest attack methods. Turtle Pai Chi Gong. Rumble. Super Kamehameha broke out. It directly pierced through Majin Buu's chest, smashed into ashes and annihilated. Haha. Kill him. Seeing this scene, Piccolo, Son Gohan and others cried out in surprise. But Son Goku didn't have the slightest look of victory on his face. On the contrary, he yelled at Piccolo and the others, run. I can't stop him for a long time, this injury can't kill him at all. What? Piccolo and the others looked dumbfounded. Immediately afterwards, an extremely frightening scene happened. Majin Buu's body healed quickly in midair, and his damaged chest was repaired at a speed visible to the naked eye. In less than 3 seconds, he floated down from the sky alive and well. He, you can't kill me at all, Buu is the best. Buu acted like a normal person, dancing on the ground, sticking out his tongue at Son Goku to provoke him. It's too scary. Piccolo, sweating profusely, didn't hesitate anymore. Advertisement. Hurry up and grab Son Gohan, and retreat with Supreme Kai and others. They'd be dying if they stayed, and they'd be holding Goku back. Very well, Piccolo and the others have left, and they can finally save a new force. Even if I fail, it doesn't matter. There will definitely be warriors stronger than me to fight Majin Buu. Seeing the back of his son Gohan and others leaving, Son Goku showed a trace of relief on his face. So you are trying to delay the time for those cowards to escape. Babidi saw this and immediately yelled at Majin Buu. Buu, stop talking nonsense with this kid, kill him quickly. Majin nodded. Son Goku's strength made him a little afraid, although he is immortal, but facing an enemy who can smash his body, Buu will never allow the opponent to continue to live. So, Majin Buu stretched out a hand, and a ball of purple's energy was expanding in his hand. Ooh, Buu is going to kill you. Rumble. The moment his voice fell, the energy ball in his hand exploded without giving Son Goku the slightest chance to react. It directly turned into a huge beam of energy light, trying to beat Son Goku into fly ash. Just at this critical moment, Son Goku pressed his finger between his eyebrows, used the instant transmission skill, and disappeared immediately. Majin Buu hit a blank. No, he didn't hit the air. His attack landed on a bare-headed earthling wearing a shit yellow tights. Rumble. The energy bomb, which was enough to instantly destroy the earth, directly enveloped the bald figure, and then there was an earth-shattering explosion, and the whole earth shook. Advertisement. Chapter 17 Destroy Majin Buu. Ask for flower collection. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. The huge destructive power of the extermination level exploded on Chi Yu's body, creating a scene comparable to several atomic bombs exploding at the same time. The sky and the earth trembled, and all parts of the earth trembled. No matter how far away they were, they could feel the shaking of the earth. What was even more frightening was that this blow also caused a global tsunami and earthquake. Just the aftermath of the attack directly killed and injured countless humans. Chi Yu, who was at the center of the explosion, directly suffered nearly 99% of Majin Buu's attack. With this level of bombardment, even Son Goku, who is at full strength, will be seriously injured. Ha ha ha. Although I didn't kill that Son Goku, it's good to kill this bald head. Buu, you're awesome. Seeing this scene, Babidi danced happily. Buu is invincible, Buu is the best. Majin Buu stuck out his tongue and made a face, his small eyes narrowed and disappeared. And Son Goku, who left through instant transmission, also saw Chi Yu blocking the knife for him at the last moment, and couldn't help apologizing. I'm sorry, I didn't expect you to stay there. Anyway, Vegeta was killed by you. I wanted to avenge him, but I forgive you now. Just when everyone thought Chi Yu was dead. Ahem. A cough sounded. Chi Yu stepped out from the ruins with her upper body bare and only a pair of panties left. He looked a bit embarrassed, mainly because his clothes and shoes had been destroyed. Except for his bald head, which was still shiny, he looked like a refugee. How is this possible? Babidi's smile froze on his face, and he was trembling even when he spoke, as if he had seen something unbelievable. This bald head survived a full blow from Majin Buu. Advertisement. Not only him, but even Son Goku, who was already in the God realm, also felt Chi Yu's aura. Although Chi Yu's aura was weak, it was peaceful and stable without any fluctuations. As if it wasn't him who was attacked by Majin Buu with all his strength just now. He has such strong physical strength. It's unbelievable, how did he cultivate to this level? If he doesn't die, I must ask him how to cultivate. It was the first time that Son Goku admired a person so much. And this person is still from Earth. The Piccolo forest is infinitely stronger than the Earthlings. On the wasteland, Chi Yu, who was shirtless, pointed to Majin Buu and said, "Take off your clothes and pants for me." Babidi was stunned. "Your pants are already rotten." Chi Yu looked at Majin Buu, and said brazenly, "He smashed it. So he must pay me. In addition, you have to pay me for medical expenses, mental damage expenses, clothing damage expenses, appearance fees, and labor expenses, and performance fees." Babidi. Majin Buu. This guy. How did he get so many nouns? Babidi was a little angry. He is a majestic mage, how could he compensate this humble bald earthling? How dare you rob us? Majin Buu, kill him for me. Advertisement. Hey, big bald head, Buu is going to kill you. Majin Buu still looked heartless. Although Chi Yu survived his blow, which made him a little surprised, but Majin Buu didn't think there was anyone in this world who could rival him. He is the strongest and most evil villain in the universe, an existence that can never be killed. I said, don't call me bald. Also, you must compensate me for my loss. Didn't you hear? Chi Yu was really angry. The voice just fell. His figure disappeared immediately. Hurry up, it's almost to the extreme. Appeared in front of Majin Buu almost instantly. Kill you, fat man. With a roar, Chi Yu punched Majin Buu hard on the head. This punch, Chi Yu fully used half of his power in the common state. However, only half of the power has caused unimaginable destructive power. After a face-to-face meeting, Majin Buu's head disappeared, and his entire upper body was completely blown up by Chi Yu, blasted into powder, and then evaporated into ashes by the ultra-high temperature energy almost comparable to the surface of the sun. Rumble. At this time, the explosion sounded loudly. Advertisement. In other words, Chi Yu's punch has already surpassed the speed of sound, so fast that he can't even react to the sound, so the sound of the explosion is long overdue. Fear. Crushing terrifying force. Majin Buu was crippled instantly. Bastard. How could this be? Majin Buu couldn't bear the punch of this bald earthling. I don't believe it, it must be an illusion. Babidi was dumbfounded. His short and ugly body was shaking like chaff at this moment, he couldn't even stand up. Horrible. It was the first time for Majin Buu to suffer such a serious injury, and even Son Goku's strongest blow just now did not cause such terrifying destructive power. Cluck. Cluck. Majin Buu, who lost half of his body, fell to the ground. But his shattered wound, like a sponge, quickly expanded and repaired itself, and grew a new chest, head, and limbs at a speed visible to the naked eye. Less than 10 seconds. Majin Buu is back again. He. Buu is the strongest, you can't kill Buu if you are bald. Majin Buu showed a simple and funny smile again, winking at Chi-Yu and sticking out his tongue. P.S. Please collect flowers. Advertisement. Chapter 18 Chi-Yu's eyebrows are missing for flower collection. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. Huh, that's true. The Constitution, which can never be killed, is really troublesome. It deserves to be the most evil monster in the universe. Chi-Yu touched his bald head, feeling a little depressed. Just now he used half of the power in the common state, but only destroyed half of Majin Buu's body. Even if Chi-Yu Common's combat power is fully activated, he may not be able to win. This kind of unbeatable constitution is really enviable. Oh, Bald, you hurt me just now, I'm going to turn you into chocolate and eat you. Majin Buu had already rushed towards Chi-Yu at this time. Although his movements were bloated, his speed was extremely fast, and he was in front of Chi-Yu in the blink of an eye. At the same time, the corner of his forehead flickered with white light and shot towards Chi-Yu. This is Majin Buu's magic, he can use the meat horns on the top of his head to turn his enemies into anything, usually his favorite chocolate. In addition, his magic meat horn can also instantly restore other people's injuries. It can be said that these are two invincible magic. God knows how many skills that pervert Babidi added to Majin Buu. Speaking of which, there are really many black technologies in the world of Dragon Ball. Time machines, artificial humans, these are inventions against the sky. Majin Buu is also an evil life created. This kind of anti-human life can be born. I have to say that this universe is really full of strange things. Facing Majin Buu's magic, Chi-Yu froze for a moment, and did not dodge, letting the magic light hit his body. Immediately afterwards, a surprising scene happened. Magic doesn't seem to work on me, I haven't turned into chocolate. Chi-Yu looked at his hands, they were still the same as before. However, Chi-Yu felt strange in his head, he seemed to be missing something. Advertisement. What is it? While thinking, Chi-Yu took out a small mirror from nowhere and looked at himself in the mirror. Seeing this, it was immediately incredible. I'll go, where are my eyebrows? Chi-Yu was dumbfounded. He rubbed his brows vigorously, it was bald, and half of the hair was gone. It turned out that Majin Buu's magic only made his eyebrows disappear. Since then, Chi-Yu has changed from a bald head with eyebrows to a bald head without eyebrows. Originally, I had no hair, but now I don't even have eyebrows. Boo, I'm going to kill you. Chi-Yu is angry. It's the first time I'm so angry. It's fine if you don't have hair, but Chi-Yu looks pretty good, so he can be regarded as a handsome guy. But now, even the eyebrows are gone, how can he go out to meet people in the future? Shit Majin Buu, I can't kill you, can I? I'm a one-punch man who breaks all the rules. No one I want to kill will survive. Chi-Yu got serious. Bastard Buu, you stupid pig. You can't even deal with a dead bald head, kill him quickly, I'm getting impatient. Seeing that Majin Buu had no choice but to attack Chi-Yu, Babidi thought he was being lazy and deliberately didn't kill Chi-Yu. He wanted to play for a while, and immediately insulted and reprimanded Majin Buu. Huh, carrot. Buu is going to be angry. Bald, I'm going to beat you up. Enraged by Babidi, Majin Buu took his anger out on Chi-Yu. After finishing speaking, he rushed towards Chi-Yu extremely fiercely, and the extremely fast advance set off a mighty shock wave, and the whole land was suppressed and sunk by Majin Buu's aura. Advertisement. This destructive power can be said to be extremely exaggerated and terrifying. Fat pig, I won't hold back this time either. Explode. Continuous common punches. Chi-Yu was even angrier. He hit consecutive common punches against Majin Buu. This is a more powerful skill than common punch, the most important thing is that continuous common punch can be superimposed infinitely. The power is stronger than the next level. Bang bang bang. Majin Buu was blown away right away. Just a face-to-face, Chi-Yu forcibly smashed his fist and went straight through the middle of Majin Buu's body. One punch, cut Majin Buu in half. Guji guji. Although he suffered such a serious injury, Majin Buu didn't feel it at all, his body on both sides was still healing towards the middle, and he would be able to return to his original state in a short time. Majin Buu is powerful in combat, but the most terrifying thing is his body that cannot be killed or bitten. The mashed meat that was smashed by Chi-Yu quickly closed up and turned into the appearance of Majin Buu again. This time, though, he was bare-bottomed, with white steam coming out of the vents in his head. Majin Buu clenched his fists angrily. Smelly bald head, you beat me so badly. Who is bald? Can you say it again? Smelly bald head. Smelly bald head without eyebrows. Bang. Majin Buu's body was completely smashed again. Damn, Buu is going to kill you, smelly bald head. Advertisement. Bang. It hurts, my head. Bang. Bang bang bang. Chi Yu punches continuously. No matter how many times Majin Buu's body recovers, he will be blown up immediately. Buu is not truly immortal. Every time he recovers from his injuries, his ki will be consumed. Once the chi is exhausted, Majin Buu is really dead. Continuous pain came from his body, and Majin Buu's mournful roar gradually turned into a howl, and finally he couldn't even scream. Majin Buu was pushed to the ground by Chi Yu and exploded with the hammer. Babidi and Son Goku who watched from the side were stunned, like idiots who have lost their minds. Who is the devil who will destroy the world? You still want to be resurrected? Die to me. Chi Yu didn't intend to give Majin Buu a chance at all. Continuous punches hit Majin Buu's body continuously, causing his whole body to explode violently, and countless body fragments were blown up and evaporated into fly ash. Fight. 30 seconds of uninterrupted attacks. Majin Buu was blown up and down by Chi Yu back and forth hundreds of times. Broke it and put it back together, broke it and put it back together again. Majin Buu's recovery speed can't even compare to Chi Yu's speed of destroying its body. Until the end, Majin Buu's obese body was beaten into a thin man by Chi Yu. This shows that Majin Buu's strength is weakening, he has consumed too much. P.S. Chi Yu lost her eyebrows and was completely angry. Do you think Majin Buu will be beaten to death? Advertisement. 9%. Chapter 19 Serious Fist of the Killing Series. Ask for flower collection. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. Damn it. You beat me to pieces, Buu is mad. Majin Buu looked at his whole body, and found that he had become a skinny Buu, and he was so angry that he couldn't accept this fact at all. Fat Buu likes how fat he is. So, when he saw that he had become thinner and turned into the appearance he hated the most, he was furious to the limit. Beep beep. Smoke began to rise from the hole above his head, and he turned as red as a boiled suckling pig. His shape began to change again. She's thinner than her current figure. And that chubby, cute and honest face also disappeared. It was replaced by a skinny Buu with a sullen face. Fat Buu's weakness gave Thin Buu an opportunity. He got out of Fat Buu's body and took control of his body. In other words, it is Evil Buu who is on the scene now. Evil Buu's destructive power is stronger, and his desire to destroy all life is stronger. Advertisement. Evil Buu has no hobbies, his only interest is destroying the world and killing anyone who stands in his way. It's you. That bastard who caused me to lose a lot of strength. Fat Buu, an idiot, was beaten by you and lost half of his life energy. I was looking for you, but I didn't expect to send it to my door. Before breaking up with the good Buu, what Chi Yu did was still fresh in the memory of the evil Buu. This guy actually beat Fat Buu so badly. Although he also hated Fat Buu, both Buu were himself, and he suffered such a serious loss in his life. Just thinking of this made him furious. For Chi Yu, there is basically no difference between good Buu and evil Buu. It's disgusting anyway. Even if you add them together, it can't compare to the eyebrows you lost. Chi Yu yawned. Trash, I don't want to talk nonsense with you. Hurry up, I'm in a hurry, I'm going to get my eyebrows tattooed. Court death. With a howl, evil Buu transformed into the strongest fighting form and flew towards Chi Yu. Boom 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 boom. The evil Buu was condescending, and his fists crazily hit Chi Yu's body. Each punch is like a nuclear warhead, causing a strong explosion and impact, and the strong airflow is enough to blow any super warrior away. Kill you, I will kill you. Advertisement. The evil Buu yelled frantically, and his fists became heavier and heavier, and he forcibly raised the mountains and rivers to the ground, and then turned the flat bottom into a canyon. Seeing the terrifying power of the evil Buu, Son Goku in the God realm had a heavy face. With such a high-intensity attack, Chi Yu must have lost all his bones. Evil Buu was still punching frantically. It took some time before he stopped panting. A huge void appeared before people's eyes, almost covering half of the plane, bottomless. And Chi Yu's figure has completely disappeared at the position just now, and probably has turned into nothingness together with the surrounding Earth's crust. Terrible. If the evil Buu continues to fight, the whole Earth will be pierced by him alive. But now, because the Earth's crust was broken, the magma in the ground spewed out as if it didn't cost money, and the extremely hot magma surged up like a fountain. Evil Buu laughed loudly. The bald-headed demon king has been completely killed by me, my demon Buu is invincible. Invincible. Before he finished speaking, A rock the size of a head flew out from under the sinkhole, and smashed directly into the big open mouth of Evil Boo. Majin Buu grabbed his own throat, and it took a lot of effort to get the rock stuck in his mouth out. Why aren't you dead yet? Majin Buu looked at Chi Yu in front of him and shouted in horror. Chi Yu shrugged. I'm also very surprised. Why doesn't it hurt at all when you hit someone? No, it's impossible. I've already tried my best. Evil Boo was shocked. Son Goku was even more dumbfounded. Advertisement. He saw the Evil Boo's attack just now. Even Son Goku, who became Super Saiyan 3, didn't dare to take it hard, but Chi Yu was unscathed. This person's physical body is really too strong. This is simply unreasonable. How did he cultivate? Son Goku racked his brains and couldn't imagine how else Chi Yu could cultivate. He and Vegeta had used all the cultivation methods that could be tried. And, so far, I haven't found that he has used Chi. This is what shocked Son Goku even more. Generally speaking, the stronger the physical body, the stronger it should be after awakening Chi. According to Chi Yu's physical standard, if Chi is awakened, it is unknown what kind of terrifying power it is. If that's the case, I'm afraid the whole universe will be no match for him. Son Goku excitedly. He will also be afraid, but the more Son Goku is afraid, the more excited he is. This is the warlike gene hidden in his bones that belongs to Saiyan. And on the wasteland, Chi Yu's fists were slowly clenched. I'm too lazy to talk nonsense with you. I will solve your scourge once and for all. I can go back and grow my eyebrows back earlier. Chi Yu was still concerned about her eyebrows. Originally he didn't want to kill Majin Buu, but he dared to ruin his eyebrows. It's unforgivable. Looking at the Evil Boo, Chi Yu spit out a few words slowly. The Must Kill series. Serious True Fist. Advertisement. 10%. Chapter 20. The less hair, the stronger the combat power. Ask for flower collection. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. There is no imaginary scene of heaven and earth falling apart, and there is no devastating shock wave of a superstorm. Chi Yu's serious fist is almost like a common man punching hard. Seeing this scene, Evil Boo almost laughed out loud. Ha ha ha, you bald head without eyebrows. This is also called the most powerful nirvana. I think you are kidding me. Ha 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 ha, that's great. However, before Majin Buu finished speaking, Chi Yu's serious punch has already hit him. Immediately afterwards, rumble, an earth-shattering explosion sounded, and it was as if a chain reaction had been brought about. This terrifying explosion sound continued to occur all over Evil Boo's body. Evil Boo screams every time it explodes. Because he found that the part of the body that was blown up lost its self-healing properties. Explosions shattered again and again, and his body became smaller and smaller. The most terrifying thing is that he can no longer repair himself. Chi Yu's punch seemed to break the magic that Babidi cast on him back then, and he lost the ability to heal himself. As for Majin Buu, the most powerful thing is his powerful physical self-healing ability that cannot be killed, and now this ability has disappeared. Majin Buu finally panicked and let out a miserable scream. No. What did you do? Why can't I repair my body? How do I know? If it can't be repaired, it can't be repaired. What is this? You can die in peace, I'm leaving. Advertisement. Chi Yu withdrew his fist calmly, turned and left without looking back. The evil cloth left in place was screaming continuously, and then the body was peeling off like glass shards, losing its vitality little by little. At last, bang! Majin Buu completely turned into a pile of Lois. Back to the original appearance when Babidi created him, just a bunch of lifeless powder red Lois. Majin Buu, dead, totally dead. Chi Yu took out Majin Buu with just one punch. Seeing this scene, Son Goku from God Realm couldn't support his legs any longer, and knelt down on one knee. So strong. Majin Buu was actually killed by him. So scary. Who is he? Is there such a powerful human being on Earth? I want to ask Teacher Wushan. Son Goku was confused. He wanted to go to Wushan Teacher to find the answer. Damn it. I lost my eyebrows after watching the excitement. My handsome eyebrows, you died so badly. After Chi Yu left the wasteland, while returning to the original road, he stroked his disappearing eyebrows worriedly. Since I lost my hair, eyebrows are his lifeblood. Now that even the eyebrows are gone, Chi Yu is really angry. As a result, when he got angry, he beat Majin Buu to death. Advertisement. In fact, Chi Yu was not sure that he could kill Majin Buu in the common state. Unless he uses the terrifying Chi in his body. But when his eyebrows disappeared, Chi Yu suddenly discovered that his strength had become stronger again. That's right, without the eyebrows, Chi Yu's strength has increased several times. That's why he killed Majin Buu so easily. Since then, Chi Yu has come to a terrible conclusion. That is, the more hair he loses, the more powerful he becomes. Otherwise, why would he be so strong without hair? Otherwise, why? He became stronger after losing his eyebrows. Is it because becoming bald will give you extra strength? Chi Yu couldn't help but think of the Universe Emperor Frieza, Hit, Toppo, and Jiren, who seemed to be all bald. It seems that they really proved that the bald head has a strong blessing. But, I really don't want to be bald. I also want Son Goku's handsome hair. There was a tear in Chi Yu's eyes. So bullying. Is being bald the price of becoming stronger? Then he would rather not be bald. While Chi Yu was wondering whether to get a hair transplant, he couldn't help but flew back to the scene of the world's #1 martial arts conference. Advertisement. At this time, Satan was bragging wildly to the reporters. Reporter. Master Satan, those contestants flew out of the martial arts tournament just now, what do you think of this? Satan put his hands on his hips and laughed loudly, what can fly? That's all tricks, all tricks. I, Satan, will not lose to those jugglers. They must be afraid of my power, so they dare not confront me. It's a battle. If you really face me, I can knock them all down in just one round, ha 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 ha. At this moment, Chi Yu fell from the sky and landed firmly on the venue of the conference. Seeing Chi Yu's return, Satan was so frightened that his face turned pale and he almost ran away. Fortunately, he looked around and realized that Chi Yu came back alone. Quote. Why did you come back with a bald head, what about the others? Satan knows that group of people are real perverts, they must have left to save the earth again. If they didn't come back, then today's championship would still be his. They have something to do, so they won't be able to come back for the time being. Chi Yu said lightly, and then he suddenly remembered something. I heard that the champion of this world's #1 martial arts tournament has $10 million, right? Satan's eyelids twitched. Yeah, haha. How come you bald boy, do you want to challenge the great Satan who is #1 in the world? I have to say, your courage is really great. Then Satan changed the subject. However, Satan is invincible. Wow. After his words fell, the audience burst into thunderous applause. Satan, 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 Satan. Advertisement.